And welcome back. Home prices in Austin, Texas are now down by double digits compared to 12 months ago. Also, the number of houses for sale, housing inventory has increased by triple digits compared to 12 months ago. A huge shift occurring in the Austin, Texas housing market. So in today's video, I'm going to explain what's happening right now according to data from the Austin Board of Realtors as well as Redfin as well. Let's first go over this brand new report from the Austin Board of Realtors for the greater Austin area. This is the Austin Round Rock metro area. And by the way, the report here covers single-family houses, condos, and townhomes compared to 1 year ago. The median sold price in the greater Austin, Texas area is $436,419. That's a decrease of 12% compared to the same time frame 1 year ago. This is February 2022 compared to February of 2023. 436 down by 12%. So here's what I want to share with you guys though, because this is what I shared in my previous video. Austin, Texas, according to Redfin, for the 4 weeks ended March 5th, which is mostly February, 441,000, a decrease of 12%. But when comparing prices compared to the peak last year, which was more or less May of last year, prices that at that time were up by 24%, and the median sold price was $574,000. This means that prices have decreased by 23% compared to last year's highs. On top of that, in the Austin housing market, the median home sold price is very close to 2021's levels at $441,000. At this time back in 2021, it was $402,000. Therefore, the delta between this year compared to 2 years ago is only $40,000. So for example, if home prices in Austin, Texas remain flat this spring, we'll likely see prices being at 2-year lows, more likely in March and potentially in April of this year. But of course, time will tell, and I'll definitely keep you posted because of course, I'm not a real estate market fortune teller. Let's also talk about how fast or how slow houses are selling in the greater Austin, Texas market here. Because average days in the market is at 84 days this February. That is an increase of 55 days compared to just 1 year ago. And by my dumb math, that's an increase of 190% compared to 12 months ago. Days in the market was only 29 days 1 year ago. Now it's 84 days. Also, in regards to closed home sales, there was only 2,106 closed home sales in the Austin, Texas housing market, and that's down 17% compared to February of 2022. Now, here's where it gets really spicy here, because active listings, the number of houses for sale, has increased 499% compared to 12 months ago. And despite this, look at this, giant increase of supply. And despite this, new listings are down less than 1%. So they have fewer new listings, yet active listings are absolutely skyrocketing, an increase of almost 500%, which is absolutely insane. So in other words, this increase of active listings or housing supply is not due to a giant increase of new listings, because new listings are down by 1%. So this increase of 500% on a year-over-year basis is likely due to the fact that houses are taking longer to sell, and we're seeing fewer contracts being signed between buyers and sellers. And speaking of that, pending home sales decreased by 9%. This is a 9% decrease in the number of contracts being signed between buyers and sellers. Also, check this out. This is absolutely insane as well. The month's supply right now is at 2.6 months. 1 year ago, it was insanely low. It was more or less 0.3 months, because inventory has increased 2.3 months on a year-over-year basis, going from 0.3 months, now it's 2.6. And by my calculation, that's an increase of 767%. Let's also have a look at the city of Austin as well. The median sold price is $530,000, a decrease of 6% compared to February of 2022. A giant decrease of closed home sales, down by 29%, and days in the market has increased by 44 days. Average days in the market is at 74 days. Also, just like for the greater Austin, Texas market here, active listings are surging, 384% increase on a year-over-year basis, whereas new listings are more or less flat, the same number of new listings compared to 1 year ago. And despite this, a giant surge in supply. And this, of course, is due to the fact that home buying demand is decreasing so much, which is causing supply to surge. And speaking of that, pending home sales have decreased by 19%. The months of inventory has also been surging as well. The current levels for February, at least, is at 2.2 months. 1 year ago, it was only 0.3 months, a gain of 1.9 months on a year-over-year basis. I also want to discuss with you guys the share of price drops in Texas versus Austin, Texas as well. So here's altosresearch.com for Texas. So for the state as a whole, the share of price reductions is at 35%. And this, by the way, is for the week ended March 10th this year. The share of price drops statewide is 35%, which is a little bit higher than the nation's average. I believe the national average is at 31%, in Texas at 35%. So let's have a look at Austin. So Austin, Texas, the share of price reductions is at 45%. So approximately what? 5 out of every 10 houses for sale in Austin, Texas have reduced their asking prices. So look at this. Let me get rid of the 90-day average. So the share of price drops in Austin is at more or less 45%. It has been decreasing ever since late December last year. And at 45%, this is actually the lowest levels going back to approximately July 1st last year. Now, having said that, at 45%, this is at least a 5-year high. 1 year ago, the share was only 12%. 2 years ago, it was only 7%. That's absolutely insane. That's probably the lowest share I've ever seen in the nation here. 7% is a share 2 years ago. Absolutely insane. Now it's 45%. Also compared this to March of 2020, the share was 25%. Back in 2019, pre-COVID, it was 33%. And in late March of 2018, it was 30%. Therefore, the share of price drops right now is at least a 5-year high during that same time period. All right, let's have a look at Redfin's website regarding Austin, Texas here. So new listings in Austin, Texas are down 6.3% compared to the same time frame of 2022. A decrease in the number of people who are listing their houses for sale. And housing inventory, we actually already saw housing inventory. Let's have a look at pending home sales. So pending home sales, according to Redfin, is down a whopping 42.58%. A huge decrease compared to 2022 in black right here. Here's 2021. A huge decrease compared to 2021 as well. Also regarding closed home sales are down about 19%. Below levels in 2021 as well. Also, have a look at this. Here's the median days in the market, how fast houses are selling in Austin. The median days in the market for the 4 weeks ended March 5th is approximately 82 days. That's an increase of 52 days compared to 12 months ago. 12 months ago, the median days in the market was approximately 30 days. So it took about approximately 30 days to sell a house in Austin, Texas back in 2022 at this time. Now it's a whopping 82 days. Also at 82 days, this is well above 2020 at this time. Back in 2020 this time, days in the market was approximately 40 days. So in other words, it's taking nearly twice as fast to sell a house in Austin, Texas compared to the same time frame of 2020. Let's also have a look at the average sale price to final list price ratio, because that ratio is at 97%, meaning houses on average were selling for about 3% below the seller's final list price for the 4 weeks ended March 5th. 3% below asking. Compare this to 2022 at this time. Houses on average were selling for 4% over asking. Now they're selling for about 3% below. And of course, the delta on that is approximately 7 percentage points in one single year, going from 104% now to approximately 97%. Also at 97%, this is much lower than 2021 as well. 2021 this time, houses on average were selling 6% over asking. Now they're selling for 3% below. It's actually going to be really interesting to see what the housing market does this spring, because last spring and of course in 2021, the market was going straight up. It really peaked right here regarding the ratio here back in May in 2021, where on average houses were selling for 10% over asking. And now again, they're selling for well below. And with that said, please comment below with your biggest takeaways from today's video. Also, if you guys got any value in this video whatsoever, then please hit the like button. I greatly appreciate that. Of course, I appreciate you. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video.